Welcome to Graphic Policy TV, GPTV. I'm Brett, founder of Graphic Policy, and we're going to be doing an unboxing for Kill Shakespeare from IDW Games. Now, usually when we do a lot of these unboxings, reviews, and stuff like that, we get the stuff for free sent to us. But this is a little bit different. I actually backed this on Kickstarter, so paid for it out of my own money. Got it, I think, a little bit cheaper than you would in retail, and got some cool bonus stuff because of that. Part of that is this die. You can see I get a nice bag of dice. This was a Kickstarter thing for a game called Iago's Tavern Dice. Now, Kill Shakespeare, don't know, it's based off of a comic book from IDW Publishing. IDW Publishing is a great comic company, and they do some really cool stuff like Transformers, G.I. Joe, obviously Kill Shakespeare. And Kill Shakespeare's a series by Anthony Del Cole and Conor McCreary that kind of does like a mashup of Shakespeare characters in like a different world. So this game's kind of based off of their comic series, and there was this dice game that kind of came with it, so I got this bag of dice. I need to actually learn how to play the game itself, but it's a bonus. When I talked to IDW Games and hung out with them at Gen Con this year, they said that this is it. You're not going to find this stuff elsewhere, and there's a lot of really cool dice in here. Also out of it, we got this because of the backing, this copy of Kill Shakespeare, Mask of Night number 4. Really, really cool series. The thing that I like about this is that the creators had a hand in this. A lot of the art is kind of matches from the comic series. They're really great guys. I've met them at conventions, so to back them is really nice. Plus there's some bonus cards off of it. But actually, so this is a game. It's a game for 2 to 4 players. Takes a whopping 120 to 180 minutes. This is a nice afternoon game. This is going to be a quick one that you're going to be playing and then getting out of there. You're going to be playing for a while. And I saw it at Gen Con, like, laid out. It's gorgeous. We're going to actually go and open it up and see everything you got. But I kind of want to read off exactly what comes with this and what the game's about. So Kill Shakespeare, it's an epic adventure that will forever change the way you look at Shakespeare. The comic series definitely did that with me. I was not a Shakespeare fan, but I love the comic series. In this dark tale, the bard's most famous heroes embark on a journey to discover a long-lost soul: Hamlet, Juliet, Othello, Falstaff, and Captain Cesario. I think that's right, Cesario. Search for a reclusive wizard who may have the ability to assist them in their battle against the evil forces led by villains King Richard III, Lady Macbeth, and Iago. That reclusive wizard is William Shakespeare. If that sounds familiar, that's pretty much the first volume of the series. That's kind of their plot, is these characters are running out to go find the elusive William Shakespeare to fight the evil King Richard. In Kill Shakespeare, you and your friends will join together to free the kingdom from the clutches of Richard III and his forces. You will compete to liberate cities, remove his influence from the land, and complete quests to wrest control from the vile King Richard. You will use your own influence to grow your army and steal troop, movement letters, and city plans in order to liberate the cities that have been occupied by Richard and Lady Macbeth's forces. You must be careful, however, because not all of your companions can be trusted. You must be aware of the vile Iago, who will steal your own plans and report your troop movements to your sworn enemies. Throughout the game, you will be given quests by the likes of Puck, Shakespeare, and other favorite characters from the pages of William Shakespeare's greatest plays. These quests and events will weave a deep narrative created by the writers of Kill Shakespeare comic that bring you even deeper into the engrossing world of the award-winning comic series. While only one of the heroes can rule the day, you will need to work together to ensure that Richard doesn't overrun the realm, that Lady Macbeth doesn't ensnare your rebellion, and that Iago doesn't gain the knowledge of Shakespeare's whereabouts. In this world, your enemies have a single goal: kill Shakespeare. It's up to you and your friends to battle for the bard. The cover for this is by Glenn Fabry, a game designed by Thomas Vandy Ginsty and Wolf Plank. And the game's in conjunction with Pandasaurus Games. IDW Games and Pandasaurus kind of putting this together. The contents include a 20-page rulebook. It's a thick one. 1 game board, 5 character sheets, 24 event cards, 58 quest cards, 60 action cards, 24 reward cards, 45 troop cards, 45 information cards, 4 player meeples, 2 villain meeples, 40 bid tokens, 10 area tokens, 20 lower defense tokens, 30 battle tokens, 170 influence markers, 1 scoring track, 2 6-sided dice, 8 8-sided dice. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's a thick rulebook, but would you expect anything less from a game that's supposed to take 120 to 180 minutes? This one we might show off some gameplay, but again, 120, 180 minutes. I don't really think you want to sit there for 2 hours watching us play a board game. But we'll figure that out down the road once we kind of like get a game in. So we actually have a comic book of Kill Shakespeare. Not only was the comic that I showed you, but there's another one within the actual, it's a game exclusive book by Conor McCreary, Anthony Delco, and Andy Bellinger, who's the artist of the comic series. So it's cool in that IDW Games is actually using their ability as a comic company to get some comics out there to the game community, which is great. We've got the rulebook. I mean, beautifully put together. It's thick, but it's got this vibe that kind of fits the comic series. It feels very appropriate for something with like Shakespeare involved. And I have to say it for folks, I know you probably hear the word Shakespeare, and if you're like me, you're kind of like eyes roll into the back of your head. The comic series is a lot of fun. Don't let the fact that it is Shakespeare related turn you off. I'm not a Shakespeare fan for the most part, but as I said before, like I love the comic, and I have a gut feeling I'm probably going to really enjoy the game. So we have the map. I think we got a nice little spinny thing down in the corner. I mean, one thing I'm noticing with the IDW games is, they've got these nice thick boards that are really put together, some beautiful art, nice big lettering, easy to kind of keep track of. But even though the boards are like nice and thick, perfect for playing, they come into this like really nice thin packaging when you fold it all together. We've got pieces, a whole bunch of plain pieces for you to punch out. Dice, black dice. I don't know why, but black dice seems really appropriate for this game. We've got meeples. I see meeples. Cards. More cards. More cards. More cards. And more cards. Going with, this is the spinner. More cards. Some baggies to keep all that stuff in. And then finally these would be, I'm guessing, the character cards for you to keep track of stuff. It also looks like each of the characters probably have some special abilities that are very specific to them, which will be cool because that will kind of, mix things up and give you some different strategies. So overall, it's a lot of stuff you get here, which is nice. You get a bunch of stuff in the box, a lot of cards. Looks like it's probably a bit more complicated of a game. Again, just kind of based off that time alone, the 120 to 180 minutes, that's usually a pretty good indication that the game's maybe not quite for a beginner. But we're going to check it out. We're going to read everything over. We're going to play a game, see how it goes, maybe shoot some video of like a round or two, and go from there, and definitely come back with a review down the road. This is Kill Shakespeare from IDW Games, based off of the comic series, the award-winning comic series. You can get it on your shelves now. It's from 2 to 4 players, age 13 and up, and it'll take you about 2 to 3 hours to play a game. So we'll let you know. This was the cool Kickstarter version of it. It's in the store. It should be the exact same thing. I just got some extra stuff. Other than that, when it comes to actually contents of the box, don't worry about it. It's going to be the same thing. Kill Shakespeare. It is out now.